Hey everyone, it's Sarah. So, as you may have guessed from the title, this video is all about LUSH's massage bars. I have tried many different types of their massage bars, and I'd like to give you tips on how to use them, how to store them, which ones are better for which different types of purposes you may use them for. I'm going to describe the scents, I'm going to show you how they look, I'm going to tell you about how long each of them lasts, and which ones melt the quickest, which ones absorb the easiest into your skin, which ones have the heaviest fragrance, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to get started with the very first massage bar I ever purchased from LUSH. It has a deliciously sweet, chocolatey and pepperminty smell, and it's called Mange Too. Okay, so this one is a great value. It costs about $9.75, I think, but it's a 3.5 ounce bar, so it is like the biggest bar that they sell. And it lasts a long time. I think it's a really good value. I like to use this for after shower moisturizer, but mainly when it's really cold and dry, so mainly during the winter. I find this to be too greasy for summer, and it definitely isn't one of the most quick absorbing bars out there. It's very rich, and it tends to sit on your skin as a layer of oil for, I would say, almost an hour before completely absorbing into your skin. So it's not something you put on right before work when you're rushing to get dressed and you just want to head out the door. But it does smell so heavenly. It's actually got a very heavy fragrance. I almost would recommend it as a standalone fragrance. It will compete with your perfume if you wear perfume or any other fragrance. So what I like to do is, if I'm going to use it as a moisturizer, I let that fragrance of Mange Too just be my fragrance for the day. And it does last. You'll catch whiffs of it throughout the day if you use it all over your body. It doesn't melt the quickest, I've noticed. It just, I don't know, like you have to get it like rubbing quite a bit for it to actually melt enough to produce a sufficient amount of oil for a massage. It is very good for massages though, because it doesn't absorb that quickly, so you can keep using it as you massage. So it's good for that purpose, but as for a moisturizer, I would mainly save it for the winter months, because any other time it's just going to be too heavy. My next one that I'm going to review is the second massage bar I ever bought. I bought this from my mom, actually. It's called Wiccy Magic Muscles. Okay, so this massage bar is interesting. It does melt fairly easily if you store it at room temperature, but if you refrigerate it, it's not the quickest to melt. It definitely melts faster than Mange Too does, but it doesn't melt nearly as quickly as nuts or Amazonian. It has a very strong scent. It reminds me of like a medicinal sort of Vicks Vapor Rub kind of thing. It doesn't smell exactly like Vicks, but it smells very strongly of peppermint and cinnamon. It's got a soothing fragrance. Like, it's not something you'd want to put on, you know, as your like daily perfume or anything. You don't want to do that. But when you've got really achy muscles, it's a soothing smell. I like it, but mainly only when I need it. I use it whenever I have cramps. It's pretty good for that. And my mom has a mild form of arthritis, so whenever she has really achy joints, I use it on her. She loves it. Sometimes she gets restless legs at night and she needs a massage, and this really helps. It's very soothing. It has a warm sort of sensation, but it also tingles, and you can feel it like sink deep in, and it's very soothing. I would recommend it for that use. I don't really use it any other time. I mainly just use it for pain. It's good to have on hand. It's long lasting. It doesn't melt out too quickly, unlike the next bar I'm going to show you, which is Therapy. I love Therapy. Okay, it looks like this. It is not the longest lasting bar, however. And it might be because I use it so often. I use it every day as a moisturizer for my legs because my legs get really, really dry, and this helps to soothe them, keep them moisturized all day, and keep me from itching, because when you have really dry skin, it can get pretty itchy. And this is especially good for daily use because it absorbs relatively quickly. It absorbs far more quickly than Wiccy or Mange Too, but it doesn't have an overbearing scent. The new formula smells like chocolate oranges, whereas the old formula, which is just plain white, it looks like this. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. I actually went through this in a month and a half. This does not last long. The old formula is, it's got a weird scent. I actually like the new formula scent better, but it smells like oranges, it smells kind of herbal. You get a vague smell of cocoa butter, but it's a very light scent. The new formula has a lot more of a strong scent, but I love the scent. It's a chocolate orange scent. It doesn't have that herbal scent to it at all. It smells like chocolate oranges. And I've used the new formula on my body. It continues to smell like chocolate oranges after interacting with my body chemistry. I've heard other people complain that it stinks. Maybe their body chemistry doesn't get along with it, but I happen to love it. I mean, it smells exactly like chocolate oranges. But the scent's not as heavy as Mange Too or Wiccy, so you can use it on a regular basis, which I like. The next one I'm going to go over is Nuts. Looks like this, just a plain brown bar. By the way, all of these look a little frosty, and that is because I keep all my massage bars in the fridge, because if you don't, they melt way too quickly on the skin and you'll end up using more than you want. Nuts smells just like chocolate to me. When I put it on my skin, it starts to smell vaguely of peanut butter, but mainly it smells like chocolate. It's a delectable scent. I think that it's good for massages because it does produce a rich oil, but it actually wouldn't be bad to use as either a tanning oil or a daily moisturizer because it doesn't just sit on your skin greasily. It does absorb fairly rapidly. I would say it absorbs in about 15 to 20 minutes, which is not bad because, you know, considering that it doubles as a massage oil, it's pretty rich, so for that it absorbs quickly. But caveat, it is one of the fastest melting bars that I've used. It melts so much easier than the rest of the bars that I've mentioned, which is why it's absolutely mandatory that you keep it in the fridge, because otherwise you're going to use way too much and you're going to go through it way too quickly. But other than that, I love it. I would recommend it for use during the summertime. It's not too heavy for that, which is nice. You can use it as a tanning oil or a regular moisturizer, but don't expect the scent to linger forever, because it doesn't. Though it smells amazing when you're actually using it, once it's fully absorbed in your skin, you won't smell it that often. It doesn't last. It tends to wear off fairly quickly, so it won't compete with your perfume or anything else if you plan to use it as an after shower moisturizer. Yeah. Okay, and the last one I'm going to review is Amazonian. Now, I think they've discontinued this, but when they were selling it, it was a pretty big bar. I think it competed in size with Mange Too. It smells just like patchouli. It melts very quickly, and really patchouli is the only smell I get out of it. It's kind of oily. It's so-so. If you love patchouli, I would get this just because it smells just like patchouli, but it does melt quickly, and I don't know. I have a so-so feeling about it. It's not my favorite. Anyway, that's my rundown of the massage bars that I've tried. They smell fantastic. They're definitely one of my favorite skincare products that LUSH has. I hope you found this video useful, and that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.